everybody, Meteorologist John Hammersmith here with your first 812 weather update. We'll typically be doing these going forward every Sunday. That way we kind of get you squared away for the week ahead. I know busy time of the year. Everybody wants to be outside enjoying the fall weather. Farmers are out in the fields. Hunters are wanting to get out there in the deer stand. So the weather forecast definitely very important for this time of year. So again, going forward, typically expect these to be posted on Sunday, and we'll talk about the week ahead. Now, if there is active weather, that being any blizzards or snowstorms or severe weather at that, then we'll probably update things on a daily basis there leading up to that event, hopefully tracking some of those events live for you here on the 812. So let's get right into it, talking about what you can expect for this week. Kind of the first headline that I have up there will be the next chance for rain, and this will come Tuesday afternoon if you're in the western half of the 812 area, and then more so into Tuesday evening, Tuesday night for the rest of us. And that could linger into the early to mid-morning hours on Wednesday. This front looks to kind of slow up a little bit as it gets into western Indiana, so it'll take its time kind of moving through, and we'll show you that here kind of with what the forecast models are showing as well. So farmers kind of planning out your next week, probably not going to be running any soybeans on Wednesday. Cloud cover does look to stick around for a while, so it's going to take them a little bit to dry out. Corn, you should be good to go, I would say, as we get later through Wednesday afternoon, earlier into Thursday. Now, not expecting a washout, but we could see some decent rain accumulation. We definitely need the rain, but farmers are wanting to get those crops out of the field. So again, we'll talk about that coming up here in just a moment. Mild temperatures, not seeing any freezing temperatures in the kind of weekly forecast, even into next weekend. So that is good. Temperatures should stay into the 70s through Monday and Tuesday. High temperatures dipping into the 60s after that cold front moves through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Low temperatures look to hold into the 40s and 50s. So not going to be tracking any of that freezing weather, which is good. We need a little bit of a break before we hit these winter months coming up. So let's go ahead and kind of jump into what we would be seeing with kind of this next round of rain moving into our area. Now, there's going to be kind of, this is my kind of favorite website to use for looking at the weather forecast, kind of looking at all the different dynamics in the atmosphere and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and step this out, and you can kind of see as we get into Monday, the time and the date is up here in kind of the top right-hand corner. And as I slide this out, you can really start to see that rain developing back to our west. We'll slide that further to the east. And this is when I say the front kind of slows up a little bit in nature. Doesn't really become a stationary boundary, but still along a cold front. This is into Tuesday, late morning, early afternoon, Tuesday evening. And then this will carry us out into Wednesday morning as we start to see the system make an exit. And you can kind of see some of this green lingering here on the back side of the system. Fair game for a few light rain showers, maybe more mist than anything else to linger on the back side of the system as we start to clear it out until Wednesday. That's why I'm saying soybeans, probably not going to be able to really run those until we get into Thursday. Hopefully we can get that cloud cover to move out as we get into Thursday as well to dry things out for you. Corn probably late Wednesday, early Thursday if the fields aren't too muddy there. Hunters, probably not going to be the best hunting weather coming up here for the next couple of days. If you can find a chance to get out before the system arrives where the wind is light, you should be good to go. But that wind's going to stay fairly strong through Monday evening, even into Tuesday morning, gust into the 20-mile-per-hour range there. But after we clear this system out, which would be into Wednesday late morning, early afternoon, of course, those deer are going to be out there running. Winds are going to be light. They have to revisit those scrapes and rubs out there. So I would say I would look to get into the deer stand probably later Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. Probably going to be pretty good time to for the best luck to get out there in the deer stand. So as we have this up, let's go ahead and look at the precip accumulation Everybody wants to know how much are we going to see here. So I'm just going to leave my slider here. This is in a Thursday morning. This would be after the system moves out well to the east. But kind of where we're at, here's Decatur County. Shelby and Rush County, a little bit further out to the west. That's where you would have a little bit higher chances for some better rain accumulation. Now, this GFS model or the global forecasting model, a little aggressive in my opinion. I think I would say quarter to half an inch possible out to the west, of course, where we really see that cold front start to stall out. In a sense, that's where you're going to get those higher totals. But overall, not a complete washout, but at best, a decent rain that we're going to see here in the 812 area, southeastern Indiana. And as I talked about, cloud cover, because the big thing is, when can we get the sunshine to return for this rain to dry up so farmers can get back out there in the field? So we'll step this out, and this is into Tuesday. You can see definitely going to be dealing with that cloud cover. Monday is going to be a cloudy day as well. And this is as we get into Wednesday afternoon. Now we start to see that sunshine popping out. This would be Wednesday afternoon, evening, leading into Thursday morning. So we should dry things up pretty quick once we get into Thursday. And then after that, we look to stay pretty dry all the way through next weekend. Not seeing any bigger rain chances. We might have to throw a little rain chance in there for next Sunday. So that'll be something that we talk about as we get into next weekend. But overall, looks to be one and done here. One system moving through Tuesday, I would say evening through Wednesday morning for most of us here in the 812. And then we'll talk more dry weather as we get through the week. So let's go ahead and look at kind of this front in a sense. So as we get into Sunday, going through today and into tomorrow, things staying pretty quiet. But then you start to see this cold front sweeping in out there to the west, where you get these green collars. The darker green would be your better chances for rain out ahead of this cold front. You see a lot of lines and squiggle marks on here. Those are, pressure fields and whatnot, fronts, lows, highs of that nature. But the main focus here is where's your blue front at, that cold front, and where are you getting more of that green? And this kind of aligns pretty good with the GFS model. GFS doing pretty good today. So I expect, pretty good confidence in the forecast for this to occur. I would say all of us here in the 812 should expect to be dealing with some rain as we go through Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then we clear that front out. High pressure situates itself kind of right over Missouri, Illinois. And this is a broad area of high pressure, and this should hold, I would say, for a couple days into that following weekend. So looking pretty good on that aspect for us here as we plan to hit the week ahead. Again, as we kind of go forward with this, talking weather, talking patterns, and the forecast and whatnot. If you ever have any questions, feel free to shoot me a question on my Facebook page, Meteorologist John Hammersmith. I try to get to those as quick as possible. I know with it being this busy time of year, if you have a question about, hey, what's the pattern looking like for the next couple of weeks, we can talk about that with these forecast models, as I was just showing you, GFS, European model, North American model, or high resolution. Once we get out past about a week and a half, they really kind of deteriorate in confidence. But we can get a kind of decent hold on what we expect the pattern to situate itself as. I know I've been asked a couple times, hey, when's it looking like we'll get that first shot of some really cold polar air? Well, possibly later into that first week in November. Some of the models are hinting at a quick little shot that we could get some pretty cold temperatures moving in, I would say at freezing, just below freezing. So we'll have to wait and see, as we go through the next week, the next 2 weeks, to see if that holds true. But that's kind of what the models are hinting at right now. Not going to be a long-lived shot of cold air. It's going to be kind of a quick system, temperatures turning back to the mild side for this time of year. So that'll be something we watch for. And again, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We'll try to get those questions answered for you as best as possible. But for now, that's all I have. I hope you have a great week ahead, and stay tuned for more weather updates here in the future.